wrap this up. I mean, so obviously you've laid out this case of there's a new economy building, and you may not be seeing it, but it's in agricultural, it's in manufacturing, a new type of manufacturing, it's in oil and natural gas, that's what all the fracking's about. And then there's the old economy that's tied to, the Detroits of the world. And that's going to go bye-bye. And, all this free health care and all these pensions, $3.7 trillion underfunded pensions in America. I mean, it's just astronomical. Is this going to get violent? I was a friend of mine asked me, he says, what do you think is going to happen?
It's going to get very ugly, but it's going to, I don't think it's going to get violent in the sense of rioting in the streets or a revolution, but I think it's going to get very ugly. It's going to be very painful. What was the number one most popular series of books in the 90s? It was a series called Left Behind. And why was everybody feeling left behind? Because the capital was being moved out, and they were being left behind. So you have a whole world of people who are being left behind. What the battle about, with Ben and the Fed this week is literally the Fed saying, look, Congress, you have to start to take responsibility to clean up your fiscal house. We can't just keep buying this paper. We've shredded the mortgage now we want you to start cleaning things up. Congress is saying, no, we don't want to do that. We'd rather you keep printing. And that's what we're watching back and forth is. It's going to come to the head this fall when we go into the debt crisis. So
there's going to be some real, when you say ugly, I mean, people are going to be losing their pensions. People are going to be losing their jobs. The old economy is going to crumble. That's going to look like a collapse to some people. The people in the new economy, it's going to be like, what collapse? Is that what you're telling me? The tale of two worlds here?
Can I say it another way?
Yes.
Okay, so you remember my red button story?
No.
In the summer of 2000, I asked a wonderful group of people what would happen if we stopped laundering $500 billion to $1 trillion of all dirty money. Okay, and who would push the button if it would stop all hard narcotics trafficking in their neighborhood? And out of 100 people dedicated to evolving our society spiritually, only one would push the button. The other 99 said they wouldn't push the button because they didn't want the stock market to go down. They didn't want their government checks to stop. They didn't want their taxes to go up. Okay, so for ever since World War II, we, the American people, have engaged in a non-sustainable economy, selling drugs to our neighbors, running around the world, stealing from everybody else, and behaving in horrible ways, in exchange for all these promises that have been created. And now the system that we have supported doing all that is going to turn around and say, oh, guess what? We took the money. Now, the reality is we're all complicit here, Greg. Okay? We knew this was going on. The drug running has been going on in almost every neighborhood in America. The mortgage fraud has been going on in every neighborhood in America. It wasn't just Washington and Wall Street doing this. We've known that we were on a non-sustainable trajectory for over 60 years. Okay, well now the exit is here. Now the end game is here, and now we're going to have to face the music. What that's going to look like is very